I'm Brian Bracey. I'm the Executive Director of the Huntington Water Quality Board. The Huntington Water Quality Board oversees the Huntington Stormwater Utility. I'm here today to talk about one of the vital pieces of infrastructure of the City of Huntington, the Levee and Floodwall system. The Corps of Engineers built the Levee and Floodwall system after the devastating flood in 1937. Once they completed construction, they turned it over to the city to provide the operations and maintenance. The Levee and Floodwall system itself was only intended for a lifespan of about 50 years. And today, we're more than 85 years in age, or well past its useful life. The Levee and Floodwall system comprises of 7 miles of concrete wall, as well as 4.5 miles of earthen levee, with 17 pump stations to pump the interior drainage outside of the city. The Levee and Floodwall itself protects over $3 billion worth of assets and saves our citizens and residents and businesses close to $80 million a year annually on flood insurance. So the Huntington Stormwater Utility was created in 2014 with the responsibility to maintain and operate the Levee and Floodwall system. It has about $2 million in revenue annually that they bill from. The majority of that money goes into operating and maintaining our Levee and Floodwall system during high water events. Because of its age, more than 35 years past its useful life, the Levee and Floodwall system is in need of significant upgrades.
We've stretched every dollar and squeezed every bit of life out of equipment that should have been replaced decades ago. But those dollars only buy time. They don't prevent failure. They only delay it. As the system ages, the risk of catastrophic failure gets worse.
So regular maintenance of the Levee and Floodwall is very expensive because of the age of its infrastructure. Many of the parts and the pieces aren't readily available in a shelf. You can't order on Amazon. Parts have to be fabricated when they break, which comes at a heavy cost and incredibly expensive. And puts the Levee and Floodwall at a high risk, because if a part breaks, we're having to wait for it to be manufactured for us to be able to replace that part itself. So the Huntington Stormwater Utility is diligently working to prioritize the needs for future investment, so ensuring that the City of Huntington is continually protected from flooding.
Each one of these flood pump stations is going to cost tens of millions of dollars to fix. We have 17 of them along the river. One of them, Four Pole Creek, was going to cost well over $100 million. When you add it all up, it's going to be almost $500 million for us to modernize our flood wall system. The flood wall stations are going to fail. The flood wall itself is going to fail. And what we have to do is continue to maintain it, because we can't prevent the failure, we can only delay that at some point in the future. And eventually we're going to have to really invest to find ways to make sure that this doesn't continue to be a financial burden for the city, because if it fails, the city is in real trouble.